All right, everybody. Welcome back to The Walking Dead. This is Chapter 9, most likely to be our last session of this game, at least for now. Might keep it alive for some holiday role play or Halloween sessions or something like that, but we'll see how it goes. And without further ado, go ahead and read the introduction here. Okay, show players. All right, you should see the journal go down to Chapter 9. Across the sound. The butcher was over halfway across the sound, heading back to Buena Vista Estates when he heard the explosion. There you go, Walter Peck. The butcher never cried, but it was with a strange mixture of sadness, elation, and relief that at first a frown and then a rictus smile slithered across his face. "Rest in peace, Tina baby," he said as his boat's driver pulled back on the throttle and they drifted closer to the dock. As he stepped onto the partly rotted planks, the butcher looked over the water. Celebration Cove was burning, and he had witnessed his share of death tonight. "That'll set him back a little," the butcher murmured to himself. "And we got rid of some losers. Except for my baby. May she rest in peace." No one talked to the butcher as his heavy boots stomped up a grassy hill and then onto the boardwalk that led to Buena Vista. Outside, there were multiple guards with what looked to be assault rifles. He went inside, then upstairs. From his pocket, he produced a brass key. The doorknob creaked in protest as the butcher entered the room and saw the boy on the bed, curled in a fetal position. Now, said the butcher. He took off his boots as he sat on the bed next to the boy. His voice was kind, but it was a kindness reserved for scoundrels and thieves, liars, beggars, pieces of human filth like the butcher. "I'm sorry, kiddo. Your mom ain't going to be coming back. In fact, my lady won't be coming back neither." He gazed at the boy, and the boy's eyes were filling with tears. Now, don't cry. It's a sign of weakness. And weakness is punished these days. We live in a new age, boy. It's a different age than your mommy wanted to welcome for sure. No crystals, only guns and blood. But it's still a new age, and I'm going to be your new daddy. "I already have a daddy," said the boy. The butcher's voice then became hard. He and Trina had tried to conceive for years. It never worked. After a beating one night, the butcher spit in Trina's face and told her it was because her eggs were rotten. Then he turned to the boy. "Yeah, you can have a daddy for now. But not for long." And so take it back to Celebration Cove in the aftermath. That cutscene probably happened right after the events. This is maybe an hour has passed and the fire has been put out. The burnt bodies of the dead were finished off with maybe a screwdriver through the eye or some sort. And the living, torched and burned and wounded, their cries had ceased a little bit, much with whatever medicine, morphine, or otherwise had been administered to them to ease their suffering. And I'll let you guys take it away.
Are
The
we
only thing
inside the hotel or outside the hotel?
you're inside, you guys are inside the hotel. So this picture isn't wholly reflective, Slip. But what happened was there was an assault kind of in the back part. Let me bring up Celebration Cove map, and I'll let you know kind of what happened here. So here's kind of what happened. Like a bunch of boats came in off the shore just before dawn, and they kind of attacked and came in. There was a big gunfight. Molotov cocktails were thrown. The place was set on fire. People were killed and wounded. You were kind of as an NPC, kind of leading the effort to get that fire put out. Eventually, it did happen, but I think it destroyed your food and other things. So that was about ready to run out anyway. And all the intruders were killed, including Trina Bell, except for one Peckerwood, I believe, right?
Yep.
Walter? You took him captive. And the scene is one of quiet as the sun is starting to rise in the east, except for the yells and screams of Peckerwood as his wounds cause him a great deal of pain. Oh shit! Give me something from the morphine! I know you got it! You gave it to that goddamn lady that's all burned up!
Ben kind of walks over and kind of roughly grabs him. Did I blow his arm off? I don't remember. I don't think so.
Or, whatever you did to him, you can make it up.
I think I did. Anyway, the wound had been, the blood flow had been staunch and the wound kind of dressed, but no morphine or any sort of painkiller had been given to him. That was reserved for this group of survivors, not Peckerwood and his filthy war pig band. And Ben kind of grabs him. You shut your fucking mouth, and he like punches him right in the face. And he kind of looks around. Somebody get me some duct tape right now.
Danae comes down from where she'd been coordinating an effort to put out fires. Says, "What's the status down here?"
Ben looks up, kind of relieved and to see that Danny was all right. And he goes, "Oh, it's a fucking mess down here, but I owe you a big thanks for, heard you were the one taking point, putting this fire out from these fucking scumbags."
Please! Something from the pain!
Who the fuck is that?
He's one of them pieces of shit from across the lake. What do you call yourself? Them war pigs?
Hey man, not my name. It's one of the inmates up in county. Butcher. I don't even know his first name, god damn it, but he built a life for us over there. It's not the life I wanted, but god damn it, we had something. Oh please, give me something for this pain. I'll do anything. Come on, man. I'll do what I did in prison. I'll suck your dick. Come on.
That gets another slap across the face. You're gonna tell me you want something for the pain? You're gonna tell me what Buena Vista is like.
I just said, man. He built it into something special up there. You're fucked. Best thing you need to go is run, but I don't think that's an option either. I mean, the butcher, he looks dumb, but he ain't. And that now at this point you can hear the low hum. It almost sounds like a hive of bees. The very low rumbling moan of hundreds, if not thousands, of walkers probably circling around that island and approaching from the north. But you knows if we ain't successful with the racket's gonna drive them things here, then it'll all be over. You gotta take me with you. Like I said, I make myself useful. I provide certain services.
This isn't prison. I don't think anyone's interested in your services.
Ben takes the stump of his hand and starts squeezing it. You're gonna tell me how to get into your little stronghold and how many of you are left, or I'm gonna personally feed you to those things.
Danny notices for the first time that Ben's been injured, and she kind of dashes forward and says, "What the fuck happened?"
It was ugly out there. I'm alright, frickin'. We had some casualties, though.
"You're alright?" And she just looks down. Is there anything she can do?
As you look down, give me Danny a. We'll ignore any stress that happens, but give me a scout check. Yeah, You see, you look down and like there is a hand with a stump that looks burned as if it was blown off of somebody from an explosion on the floor. It has like a ring on it that Connor always used to wear, but maybe because of the lighting conditions or the shock, you don't see that. But you see that there's like a severed hand on the floor.
Okay. And Ben's missing a hand?
No. I
It's
shot.
Connor's.
I
Connor's
know, but
exploding.
I thought that Ben, you were saying that Ben had a wounded hand.
No, I did that. Peckerwood. I blew his hand off.
Oh, okay, misunderstood.
Like Ben's got a little of his scratches and things, but otherwise he's all right.
Okay, well, she's not that worried about Peckerwood's hand.
But Connor's hand's laying at your feet.
Yeah, she kind of just kneels down and picks it up and looks at it. Is this ours or theirs?
Unfortunately, it's ours. It was Connor's. Well, it's kind of complicated. You know, Bill, his wife, she was with these fuckers.
Wait, what? She looks around for Bill. Is he here?
I think Bill, maybe he's wandering up.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's wandering up, and
I think he took a bunch of stress from that.
yeah. Yeah, I guess she blew up in front of him, and Connor had tried to help him as well too, but Connor got killed in the process. Bill's looking through her remains still, you know, and also I'm imagining he'd probably be looking towards the boats or where they were for his son, of any sign of his son, because she was with him last. So he's probably really worried about where he is at the moment.
As Danae looks around for Bill and finally spies him, she says, "Wasn't his family in Florida?"
He comes up. "I don't know why the hell they're here. They must have come looking for me. That means my son's here too."
Oh my god. Danae just suddenly, she like feels a portion of Bill's panic, seize up in her chest. He must be just on the verge of completely losing it. She puts a hand on his shoulder. "Okay, I'm so sorry about your wife, but you think your son's here? How old is he?"
I think he's 10.
He's 10. Dad of the year.
Father of the year.
I think he would actually say that too. Like he's just so gone, at the moment.
Ben kind of looks up. He's like, "You fucking stupid. You don't know how old your son is? Snap out of it." And he kind of...
Shut up, Ben.
He's like, "Fuck you, motherfucker. My wife just blew up all over me, you fucking dick."
Yeah, and she fucking killed us and fucked our place. Now it's going to be crawling with those dead things.
Stop. 10, okay. And she looks over at Peckerwood and she walks over to him and she kind of just reaches out and grabs the stump of his missing hand and squeezes it and says, "Where's his son? Where's the kid?"
We got a bunch of people back there at the house. I don't know, but yeah, there's a kid. I think his little blonde boy, tough bastard. I think his name was Erik. Oh shit! Let go, woman! Fucking bitch!
She looks up at Bill.
Yeah, he comes over to him, Peckerwood, and takes a shovel out and says, "You gonna tell me how to get there?"
Hey man, it's across the water. It's the only way you're going to get there. But I mean, the place is guarded. You got soldiers outside, ex-military, and not the type that be protecting the sheep. I'm talking about the wolves, real mean bastards. I mean, there's an old service tunnel that goes into the building. But, when the butcher was done with people, he would put them down there. If you know what I mean.
Is that how you'd sneak in?
I wouldn't go in there. I'm less afraid of the living than I am the dead.
Maybe you should come and lead the way so you don't lead us into a trap.
No, I don't trust this fuck. You need to point it out on a little map here.
I can do it, man. I can help you. I just need something for the pain first.
All right, I will have you point it out where it is, and then we will give you something for the pain.
And you have those maps and stuff you found, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so on the maps, he kind of points at it, and like the blood just splatters across the map. And it says like stumps dripping on it. You see like
Use your other hand, you dumb bastard.
it's a piece of tendon trailing across the map that he moves out of the way with his left hand because the right hand is the one that's blown off. Right there, there's a maintenance shed or something near the tennis courts, just to the east of the main estate. But I'm telling you, man, I wouldn't go in there. I'd take my chances with the guys with the guns.
Why is that?
He just kind of raises his eyes and looks to the north, from which direction you can hear drifting in on the October wind the low moaning of the zombie horde.
How many do you think are down in that tunnel? How many has he put down there?
I don't know. Butcher has a way with people. Women, men. He'd use them up. And when he's done, he'd put them down there. For the exact reason you said. To keep nobody from coming through there and infiltrating the base. And that's what he called it, a base. Our new Babylon, he would call it.
How long have you been at the Buena Vista?
Less than a week, I reckon.
It's not too much time to fill that place up.
Butcher ain't work alone.
Well, you lived up to your end of the bargain. Danny, why don't you go over to that bag over there and grab me something out of there?
She looks where he's pointing.
Yeah, when she turns around, he pulls out his bayonet and just fucking stabs him right in the face.
She's like, what? And then she turns around and sees like feels this warm splatter on one side of her face as she's turning around. And she's like, just kind of shudders away from it. And then she takes a deep breath.
I told him I'd do something for the pain.
She wipes a hand across her face, across her mouth. Kind of shakes it off on the ground. Well, I guess that did it. And then she looks up at Bill. And then she looks back at all the other survivors here. And then back at Bill. She just feels this huge weight on her shoulders. The responsibility. Almost this hopeless responsibility. Knowing the state of what everything's in, that people are looking to her to keep them alive. And she feels something snap. She's, fuck it. Bill, let's go after your son.
He's like picking hair and stuff off of his jacket, and he looks up and he says, he just nods. He says, yeah, You want to come? You gonna come with me?
You know, only God knows who's gonna survive this. But if we can get to your kid, that's something. That's something, isn't it? That matters.
Hell yeah.
At about that time, Jake walks in. Are we outside or inside? I think you said inside, right?
Inside.
Yeah, he peeks around the corner. He's like, I got some bad news. It looks like we got a whole bunch of those things coming in. We should get moving. He looks at Peckerwood and back over to Ben and shrugs. What are we gonna do?
We said it's been about an hour. Like, how many of the people are left?
There's 25 survivors total.
I mean, there's resorts and hotels all up and down the shoreline, and we don't have much nighttime left. They might be able to see us if we go out on a boat. Could always take canoes and kayaks, get them to a different location, and then go take care of business. He kind of thinks to Liz and Kat. He goes, I have some responsibilities of my own that kind of thrust upon me. I want to see them safe, but I'm in it too. I'm going to help you get your kid back, and more importantly, end this threat before it gets worse.
Danae just kind of thinks to herself, in for a penny, in for a pound. And she looks at Bill and Jake and Ben, and she says, we done what we can for these people. To some extent, I mean, we can't control fate. All we can control is what we do next. And I'm with you guys. I mean, we're the ones who've been trying to do something from the start. The rest of these folks, it's time for them to take some of this on their own shoulders. Whatever you need to do, Ben, get it done. And then let's go help Bill.
If we're going to get some payback, I got a bullet for any of those fuckers. I killed Connor.
She looks down at that hand that she's holding, and she kind of places it on the floor gently. Sorry I wasn't there. He was brave. I'll give him that. I don't know much about him, but he didn't shy away from danger. I'll give him that.
He was always there to lend a hand.
She kind of drops her jaw in, like, surprise, like, and looks over at Bill. And just looks shocked for a minute, and then she tosses back her head and laughs, like, almost maniacally, like, if you said that. And he puts her hands on her hips and then, like, one hand over her stomach as she's, like, trying to stop laughing. Oh my God.
Even Ben shakes his head. He goes, damn, man, that's pretty fucking cold-blooded.
You know what? I think he would have liked it.
What are y'all talking about? Jake on your left walks up to Olivia. I think she got shot in the arm, but like it's in a sling now. She's kind of holding it with her right hand. What are you doing? Where are you going?
Yeah, I think we're gonna go after these assholes. It's the only thing to do.
I'm coming too. You don't know what they did to us. She's pretty badly wounded though, Jake.
Well, I mean, are you sure you're up for it? You've been shot.
Yeah. Yeah. What do I have to lose, Jake? What am I going to do? Drink myself to death? Slowly die of cancer here like you? Not a chance.
I don't have cancer, but yeah, I guess.
Bill, Ben, count me in.
Danny looks confused, looking over at Jake at the mention of cancer. Looks him up and down. Then shrugs. Like, what does it matter at this point, whether he has cancer or not? Alright then.
So basically what, the butcher had in mind is that if he causes a commotion over here, all these things are just going to coalesce where all the explosions are. And then him and his boys could even leave if he wanted to. But hitting them now probably would, in character, seem like a decent idea because that battle was very one-sided. You guys killed a lot of them.
So Ben kind of gathers the people. Look, we don't have much time. We can't stay here. We got to go deal with these psychopaths across the lake here. But it's not going to be safe for you guys here. So I got two options. You can get into the canoes and the kayaks and go around the end of the island and go up north. There's a resort on the other side. And there was a group of, I guess you could call them preppers up north of us. If you give them something to stay or safe passage. I mean, we got more guns than we know what to do with now that we killed all these idiots. We got what's left of the food. It's up to you. Or you can go southeast. I can get on the horn, see if Cleveland's mom answers. I don't know how safe it is down there, but I know she's holed up at the recording studio.
Big Paul is kind of listening in too, and he speaks up for the first time in a while. And I can do that. I'm good at protecting folks, not so much at fighting.
You know the area. You know how to get there.
I do. I know we got a few pontoons we could keep locked up in the shed if we can get down to the shore. Me and the rest of the survivors will head south around the point. Hopefully be able to meet up with somebody. Here. He grabs one of the radios. You guys have some radios, don't you?
Yep.
I'll take one of these. You keep me updated.
Ben takes one and all right, you gonna go over to the preppers or mom in Cleveland? I'll radio her real quick before we get going.
I don't know what old lady's going to do to help us there, Ben. But
Preppers might kick you out.
Yeah. Everybody knows who Paul McCall is here. I mean, listen, I might have diabetes, and I might be lazy, but I know how to fix a goddamn diesel engine.
Fair enough. Where are Liz and Kat in all of this?
Oh, they would probably go with, the main group of the survivors for.
Yeah, that's what I meant. He's just
safety.
gonna get quickly tell him, kind of reassure him it's gonna be okay, and he's gonna come back for him, but he's gotta take care of the bad guys and keep coloring. And he gives him maybe the rest of the Lucky Charms he had from his hay bag, and gives me one of the other hay bag. You keep these girls safe. I will be back.
I almost want to use your drive a little bit against you here, and the littlest girl, the one you have the bond with, starts to cry, and runs at you and grabs you around the waist and just hangs on you, begging you not to leave. You can convince her with manipulation to be brave and stuff, but if you fail, you'll take a stress.
Alrighty. Ben kind of takes me and goes, look,
Leadership would be fine.
Leadership goes, I wanna go with you. It's my job to protect you and your sister, but there's another little boy your age, and he isn't with friends. He's with people that want to hurt us, and I need to stop them before they can do any more damage and maybe get to you. So that's what I'm doing. I'm going to be protecting you. It's just going to be not close. You know, I won't be there for breakfast in the morning or to watch over you guys while you sleep, make sure you're okay, but I will be back. You go with Paul here. You know, I trust him. There's a lot of people here that we've met over the last few days that I trust them too. You just got to be brave for me. Can you do that? And no.
She looks back and forth between you, who look, very competent, and to Paul, who's already breaking out into a sweat, walking around, getting things ready, huffing and puffing with his little belly hanging over his belt, with the radio hanging on his belt loop. No, don't leave. Give yourself a stress if you peel her off of you. Yeah, one of her dad or somebody kind of comes over and tells her it's going to be okay and kind of takes her away, and it really, really hurts your soul to see her leave because you won't be able to protect her, but got somebody else to take care of.
Question, did we get any stress back from the last session?
No.
Okay.
How much does doing the anchor give you back? If I do the painkillers, I can't remember.
For painkillers, I would let you take away a couple stress because it's instant. The only reason I'm not letting you guys kind of recoup is basically you're going from this horrible night,
right?
To Connor getting blown up. To
that makes sense.
It's like no time. Yep.
Okay, so 2 off.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he ends up thinking about it too.
One thing I might do though, might throw in a little bit of a slow reaction time. I might give you a little penalty or increase your difficulty. So just keep that in mind.
Yeah. Well, he's been doing them tonight. Probably not. As you might wait several hours in between. He's jacked up, because he's not waiting several hours in between like he normally does. It's go. So when he crushes him up and snorts him, he's like flying, and then he remembers after he hits that last one that the cop had asked for some painkillers last time, just before that fight, and he had turned him down because he was being greedy. So he feels bad. Maybe he does one for him. The equivalent of pouring one out for the homies. Right, yeah.
Snort a perk for the homie.
Blows one off the windowsill.
Anything else before we push on across the sound?
Are there any of the weapons?
Yeah, somebody give me a montage, Rambo montage of you guys getting ready and what you're all carrying with you and taking with you.
I mean, if there's a different weapon other than a pistol, I would pick it up. Have Ben show me the rudimentary ways to use it from one of these guys that attacked us.
Yeah, I don't know if there are any other guns around.
What did what's his name have?
Yeah, we killed like 6 or 7 people that had a mixture of pistols and I think assault
Sim's
rifles
character,
or
though.
rifles.
I think one guy, one
Yeah,
guy did
shotgun.
have an assault rifle, and one guy had a shotgun. Yeah.
I
Connor
mean,
had a
if
shotgun.
Danny's looking for a gun, Ben does have a spare shotgun he can give to her.
No, she'll take that. She's got a pistol, but having a shotgun doesn't hurt.
Yeah, as Ben's kind of like loading up and getting the AR ready, and he checking the ammo for his pistol and puts the bayonet back in his pouch and everything. He kind of sees Danny with just a pistol, and he kind of picks up his shotgun and carries it over to her. He goes, you don't have to be an expert with this. You just got to point and shoot and let it do the work.
She looks down at it, and she kind of reaches in the back of her pants and pulls out the pistol, looks at it, puts it back. Man, once upon a time, that was enough. But she reaches out and takes the shotgun. Guess those days are over.
Yeah, if you would have asked me a month ago if I'd be giving my shotgun to my boss and giving her a quick down and dirty of how it works and how to use it, I would have taken that bet.
So there's a shotgun available and an assault rifle.
Mm-hmm.
I think Bill holds them up both for Jake. To offer him.
He would
like,
take the shotgun.
Okay. So Bill nods.
I think.
Oh, go ahead.
I'm sorry. I was gonna say in our inventory stowed gear for Celebration Cove, there is a crowbar. I'd definitely take that because I don't know what we're gonna be encountering. Probably the flares too.
And flashlights. I have a couple.
Trying to drop a shotgun onto Danny's sheet. It's not working.
You have to, so it goes into inventory. Look into inventory because I just was futzing with it.
Oh, that's probably what's going on. Oh, and now I mean she has like 8 something.
Yeah.
She has. You have 7 shotguns now.
7 shotguns. Yeah, she takes the shotgun. She puts it on her back along with the other 6 shotguns.
Carrying 2 in both hands.
There you go. I did it. And
So she looks at the others and it's like, what?
Anything else?
I guess I'll take the assault rifle.
You throw it on your sheet or you got it?
Yeah, could you throw it on there, please?
Yep. I have it pulled up actually right now. So.
Thank you.
There you go. I equipped all your stuff just so you have it to click on if you need to.
Nice.
All right, somebody give me a montage of, the survivors setting out on the pontoons to the south to go around the point to safety, and you guys heading across the water en route to Bella Vista Estates.
Ben being one of the people that helped with the tours for Danny's resort. He knows where all the kayaks, the oars, the canoes, the pontoons are. And they kind of quietly lead them down to the shore as they hear this slowly growing louder swarm approaching from the fire, the gunshots, the explosion. And as they get there, he kind of helps some of the younger kids or elderly get into the boats, and quiet whispers helps them all get organized and the oars out and arrange to start heading south around the tip of the island before turning back north and gives a last nod of the head to Paul, BP, and helps him kind of quietly go and slide into the water, and then he turns back to Jake and Danny and Bill and Olivia and, are you guys ready?
I mean, not really, but what other choice do we have?
Yeah, I mean, have any been ready for any of this?
True.
I mean, at least we don't have to worry about protecting people. Let's just fucking kill them all.
Wait a minute,
Well,
don't just
well.
shoot wildly now. My little one's in there.
Oh, yeah.
Then he looks back before he's about to step down and he says, hey, I fucking appreciate this from all of you. You didn't have to do this.
Your kid's in there. I would expect the same from anyone else.
If I was a kid, all this chaos going on around me, nothing would matter like seeing my dad. She shakes her head. Nothing makes you feel safer than that.
He nods. Let's fucking do this.
So as you push off in a boat across the sound, it's possible you pick something maybe with not even a motor on it, something very quiet. You can quietly row across 100 or 200 yards of water. As you do that, you hear like a buzzing of a beehive, the moaning of the dead along the shores to the north and to the east as you leave. Looking to the south, you can see what looks like to be an armada of pontoons. Only it's probably like 2 or 3 of them heading off to the south. Chut, 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 chut. Their motors kind of at idle speed. Strangely, no shots or calls come out from the far shore, as a lot of the former occupants of Bella Vista Estate have been shot and killed. But you have a task to do. You have Erik to find, and you have death on your mind. And so you concentrate on the far shore and the October trees with their early tints of oranges and yellows get closer and closer. Up, towering over the trees, you see the not stucco, the tiled shingled roof of the very large Bella Vista Estate. And you beach the boat on the shore, seeing that the western shore is thankfully free of the dead. As you make your way closer and closer, I want everybody to make me either a stealth or a scout roll. And everybody needs to succeed on this.
I'm sure I'll have some stress. Oh, wow.
Messed up, but everybody succeeded. So Bill Baker, as you set foot on shore, as you step off of the boat, a hand streaks out of the water and latches onto your ankle, pulling itself up out of the water. You see the bloated form of a celebrity.
It's Brie Larson.
It's not a
Bloated
celebrity,
Brie.
but it's a Brie Larson lookalike. And even in death, she's beautiful. And she grabs you with that sinewy strength that only the dead have. And she looks at you with the formerly blue eyes, but now it's just milky white. and she tries to like pull herself up your leg towards your groin, her mouth agape. Any other time, Bill, this would be great. But she's chomping at you. What do you do?
Shovel time.
Shovel time?
Yeah.
She's
All right,
giving you
attack
the
with
lockjaw.
shovel.
Watch out.
I want to give it to her.
That's what's coming out of the water.
Oh man. Can I pull on my drive? Can I?
Shovel time is like hammer time.
Yeah, you can use your drive, but that's a once per session thing.
Oh, is it? I don't know if I should bust that out yet. It's just shovel. Yeah. He like shocked at first. He's pretty zooted too, so he's like, and seeing her coming out and still like looking almost pretty and beautiful out of the water, it makes him hesitate for a moment, a little moment too long. As she gets close and is about to bite him, he puts the handle of the shovel like in her mouth just in time to catch it, and just starts to bend her head back and her back so long that the neck starts to rip open as he starts to fold her backwards over herself and rips her in half, pushing her back down into the water. It is not pretty at all.
How do you guys react?
I think
Jake-
Danae gives out an involuntary shriek. Points her gun at it, but it's too close to shoot.
Yeah, Jake grimaces but kind of moves away. He's seen some horrendous things in the last few days.
Yeah, Ben kind of turns, gun pointed, but he sees, he hesitates to shoot. Sees Bill make quick work of this look-alike. He almost starts to say, "Is that?" And then kind of bites his tongue as she gets folded over.
She wasn't famous in 2009.
I watched Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. When the hell was that out?
So everybody passed their stealth check. The only one that did scout was Olivia. And 5 minutes go by as you guys get closer and closer, and she kind of stops and bends over. Her right hand has the pistol in it. Her left is in a sling still. She's trailing blood behind her, looking very pale. But she holds up her hand with the pistol as if to stop. He kind of points through the trees, and you can see there's a single solitary guard out there kind of pacing back and forth in front of what looks to be a tennis court and like some sort of shed, some sort of utility shed. Hey, stop! Shh! Look! To the trees. It's a guard. I only see one of them, though.
Somebody's gonna need to sneak up on him and maybe take him out. I don't know.
Guns are allowed.
Yeah, like with a knife or something. He looks to Ben.
But I'm trained in ranged combat, not hand-to-hand. That's for someone like Mr. Bill there.
Maybe a shovel?
Yeah, I'll take him out.
We'll cover you.
Yeah,
Bill.
if things go to shit, I'll shoot.
Yeah,
Bill,
Bill.
don't get bit.
Yeah, Bill determined to get his son back, willing to go through anything really. He starts to circle around, trying to get out of the way of their gunshots if they have to shoot at him, and also trying to sneak up behind this guy.
All right, we'll do a stealth versus scout check. There's scout. Do your stealth.
Right. Okay.
Nice.
What do you do with ties? I think you win this against the NPCs. Yeah. So, tell me what it looks like at the last minute as he kind of sees you and then you take him out.
So there's some heavy shadows. There's still some sounds, I'd imagine, maybe from the undead or a fire or something nearby him. In the trees, he's standing there, maybe smoking a cigarette, and just as Bill's creeping up with a shovel, the assault rifle slung. His eyes are wide. You can see his eyes more than anything in the dark. And right as he gets close to him, there's a snap of a twig, and the guy jerks his head to the side real quick.
Huh?
But he gets hit like right in the face with the shovel sideways, just like an axe, right into the side of his head. Splits his skull open.
He falls down dead.
Bill waves for the others, starts to move forward.
Yeah, Jake will hustle forward.
Does that guy have a radio or anything on him to like alert?
He does.
He'll like look down as he's starting to like walk away from him. He'll like look down and like pick up the radio and then kind of show it to the others. Maybe this might help.
Huh. At this point, Danny's just following the lead of Ben.
We'll take this and keep it on low. Maybe see if we can get any inside information as we get closer.
Yeah, make sure to turn that down low until they need it.
We're going to have to keep this quiet till we're out of the tunnel, so we're going to have to see how bad it is down there. We might have to reassess our strategy.
As you get closer and closer, you kind of head into the tennis court. You see like there's a headless person laying there. And it looks like their head has been cut off post-mortem because it's mounted on the side of the where the tennis net is like attached to a post. So like the head's put there like on a pike.
So not zombie stuff. This is people stuff.
People stuff. And as you walk, you can see that utility shed or whatever that Peckerwood was talking about it. And it has it looks like there's like a lock on the door and like a chain, not like a heavy duty chain, but just like a bike chain type of deal. And somebody has smeared blood in a archway over the door and written in blood. Speak, friend, and enter.
They're dwarves.
Ben kind of looks at it. I wasn't expecting that.
Seems a little extreme.
What the fuck does that say?
Oh, that's from the Lord of the Rings, guys. It's one of my favorite books as a young adult. Ladies really thought it was cool.
Olivia looks at you and rolls her eyes.
Are you saying that one of these war pigs has read Tolkien?
I guess. I don't think it's a coincidence. I mean, Gandalf, he just said friend, and I think it was Elvish, right? I don't know what that is. Does anybody know any
I don't
Elvish?
speak Elvish.
Jesus Christ, you fucking nerds. Just tell me what I need to do to open this door.
It's just locked. It just has a lock on it.
Yeah, Ben's gonna go, here, I got your elven right here, and he kind of hands him a crowbar. Open it.
All right. And you see Jake's very spindly arms reach out, and he's pulling on it and pulling on it and pulling on it.
Give me a force check there, Jake Brown.
I guess I'm not that
Crowbar
weak.
gives you, I think, +2 to that.
Ooh.
Sounds reasonable.
Yep. Too weak.
No. You get it. It just busts open, and then streaming at you from inside is a zombie who is an eccentric spinster. She lunges out at you. What do you do?
I guess he tries to run away.
You got the crowbar. Oh, you can run away. Mobility?
Yeah, I would always go with mobility.
Give me mobility. Yeah, you get away. So now it's standing there and just lunges out into the open, looking around at everybody else. Who's closest? Let me see. Yeah, starts stumbling over towards Jim.
An eccentric spinster.
So weird.
We can just tell from looking at her
Yeah.
that she's a spinster. No one would fuck this zombie.
Let's see here. Let's see here. Walker wound, holding the gut, intestines hang out, and she's an old rocker. I'd really roll the spinster though. I like that better. Spinster with the guts hanging out. Heading towards Jim Baker. Shovel?
Showtime. Fucking shovel time.
Tell me what it looks like as you get her, but then you notice that another one is coming out, and it is headed towards you as well.
Oh shit. Yeah, he stumbles back. Oh, that's the rocker too, coming up behind.
Yeah, the rocker's come up behind that has gun wounds all over the upper body. This is somebody
That's
that probably,
appropriate.
yeah, the butcher is probably killed and thrown down there, right?
Nice. As Jake jumps out of the way, Bill takes the shovel up and like catches the spinster with the flat of it, and then knocking her to the ground, and then he comes down and finishes her with a neck chop. Looks up just in time to see the rocker come out with his long hair and leather jacket on.
It lunges for you as well. This time it like grabs you and spins you around, snapping at your neck.
Shit. Is this me again?
Uh-huh. There you go. Like, out of danger for now, boys. What does it look like?
Nice. He shoves him back with his shoulder, knocking him to the ground, and then just hits him like 3 times in the head with the shovel. Just till he crushes the skull.
And now these 2 dead walkers just lay in the opening of this gaping dark maw, this tunnel that heads down into the darkness.
Jake, help me drag these 3 bodies in.
Alright. He would do so.
Olivia kind of helps Jake and says, "Are you sure about this? I mean, if they're trying to get out, how many are underneath?"
Well, I think Ben put it pretty pretty well earlier. How many could he actually have put down here? We know what they're gonna do. They're stupid. I mean, it's not ideal, of course, but it's better than running against somebody with a gun, waiting for us to come.
I guess that's right. And she tucks the belt in her waistband and helps you pull the bodies in. Pretty soon, everybody's kind of standing inside the utility shed, kind of near where the steps kind of lead down into the darkness. You can smell kind of a mixture of an old cellar with a musty, damp smell, and also the smell of like a rotting flesh, like if you left the trash can out in the sun in the summer for too long.
Ben turns on one of his flashlights and here we go. Just remember, if things are too bad down there, we can leave and try again.
Danny nods, not at all sure that they're gonna be able to do this again.
So how wide's the service tunnel?
Yeah, like you see here, 3 or 4 people wide.
Yeah, Ben will kind of look down. I presume some stairs to get down there underground and shine his light around and see how far it'll pierce the darkness and kind of listen quietly before looking to the others, waiting for the signal to go.
As you can see down, like your light only goes so far. It has a lot of twists and turns. And it looks like, unfortunately, like it has a lot of things that branch off to the side as well. And you definitely hear a low moaning of walkers down there.
Is there any way to tell what this was actually used for?
Yep. There's like you see like an old cart with like one of those silver things, like a platter over it that's down there with old dirty linens. That Bella Vista Estate is huge, so it's probably like a event center. People would have like weddings and.
No, I meant this tunnel, like the tunnel underneath is just a service, like.
Yeah, there'd be services like the whole like hotel area, basically.
Okay.
If that makes any sense, like Disney has.
Yeah. Jake just says, well, I think any one of these is going to take us into the building somewhere. No matter where we go, probably. He looks around. Can he see any, like, is there any, like signs?
Nope. Completely dark.
Oh, I have a flashlight.
Yeah, besides that.
Yeah, okay.
Nope.
I guess we just start moving and then it's the way it is.
There's no way to open these tunnels up and let these things out, is there?
So you know of. Mm-mm.
That the prisoner we took, he said he wouldn't go this way, right?
He just wouldn't go in here. He was scared of the walkers, I think.
So this is the option of going down here or trying to go up, sneak up towards the actual hotel.
Yeah, hey, listen, guys, I've got an idea. I don't really want to do this, but if you guys all go outside and kind of hide around the corner, maybe I could make a bunch of noise and run them out of here. Have them chase me outside, and I'll lead them away. Then I'll double back and follow. I'm pretty fast. Played a lot of flag football, pickleball, stuff like that. Pretty athletic.
Danny looks at him, seeing, trying to read his expression, how confident he feels that he could actually double back.
Yeah, it's hard to know. I mean, he's gonna try. You would assume. He hasn't shown any indication that he's a coward and gonna run off or anything like that.
No, she's not worried about that. She's worried he's trying to be a hero.
Oh, he could definitely be doing that, but
I mean, that would make things a lot easier.
I don't know, Jake. That's a lot of risk. Are you sure?
I mean, it's if we all go, then if we get boxed in by him, we'll just all get killed and turned into those things. Worst case scenario, I mean, I get cornered out there and, well, I put one in my head. I was going to do that anyway, right?
I guess that's your call. Bill, what do you think?
He's been kind of like staring at Jake, surprised, actually, that Jake had offered to do this, and then he just nods to him, nods to Jake, and he says, "I think that's a fucking great idea, Jake. I mean, not shooting yourself in the head, but chasing him out of here for us."
I don't know what else to do. I think it's we don't know where to go. It'll give you some time. It'll get them, hopefully, most of them out of here. And I'll run them away. I'll be faster than them, and hopefully I can double back. Hopefully.
You're not going alone, Jake. It's going to be with me. And I'm not going to be left wondering and doubting myself if something does happen to you. Come on, let's go. There's not any time to waste.
Why? You could go with them. I'll probably be faster on my own. You're already hurt anyway. I wouldn't.
I don't care, Jake. I need this. Let's put this all behind me. She has like a desperate and questions a leader.
Well, I mean, it's I really don't think you should come with me. I mean, like I say, I'm pretty fast. If I have to worry about you getting hurt, then that'll slow me down. I just think it's best if you stay with them, honestly. There's strength in numbers as far as that goes, I don't want to see you get hurt any worse than you are. I know we're all in a desperate spot, but I think maybe it's safer for you.
God damn it, Jake! She pulls her pistol out. And she doesn't aim it or anything, but just waves it in the air. Fine! Fucking go in there. Get eaten. See what I care. I guess that's what we want to get used to. Anybody we care about, anybody we love, they don't have fucking long for the world, because when it comes down to it, we only have days, weeks, hours, but we're fucking chow for these pieces
Wait,
of shit.
did you say you cared about me? Is that what you said?
I don't know what the fuck I said. I got a goddamn pistol in my hand, Jake.
I think she said she didn't care.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, I mean, I guess you could come with me if you really wanted.
Let's go.
Just saying, before you decide to be a little mini marathon sprinter, you go north up on Stormy Point Road. You're gonna run right into the estates where all this shit fucking went crazy to begin
No,
with.
I'm not gonna go too far. I'm just gonna cut out, circle around, and come right back.
Not that far. It's probably like, 500 meters or something.
Yeah, he's not planning on going too far out. He's like, you guys just get hidden, and let me get him out. Don't get spotted, or this all be for nothing.
And there's plenty of trees right across the road. across the tennis court. We can just lay low down there.
Alright, good luck. Make sure you kill those fuckers. If we don't make it.
Try not to die, even though you have cancer.
I don't, but, yeah. Don't have cancer. And,
I mean, it looked like it. Are you sure?
I've been drinking for like 6 months straight, man. Anyway, listen. I'm going to go do this now before I pussy out, okay? And he's awkward anyway, and he like trying to figure out a way to say goodbye, and he just kind of gives a little wave and then turns around and runs in.
Fucking good luck, Jake.
Yeah, Ben will head over to open up the door back up and head towards the trees across the street then, like the brush.
Yeah. We'll hunker down.
Yes, Jake wouldn't go too far in. He'd probably go to the first, like, where there's an intersection or something. And he's like, well, this shotgun's going to be pretty loud, I think. So I'm going to shoot it down this hallway, and that should bring him, I would think.
Dude, I'll just bang on there with that crowbar a few times or something.
Yeah, first thing he would do, he goes in there and he goes to the intersection. He's like, get behind me, get ready to run. And then he fires a shot with his shotgun. It doesn't really matter. Down one of the hallways, and then slings it back on his back. And he has got the crowbar, and he would just start backing up and slamming it against the wall over and over and over again until he hears them coming. Then he would turn around and hustle out.
They do start to come, and you see him, Jake. Give me a scout check.
Okay.
Yeah, you see him coming up front of you, and you have plenty of time. But as you turn around, you see Olivia walk past what looks to be like a storage closet of some sort, and maybe somebody was hiding in there when this all happened, and it reaches out and grabs her. She looks at him, but she doesn't have room to bring the pistol up, and she brings it up, and the pistol kind of goes off and just ricochets down the corridor. I'm gonna roll 1d6. On a 1, it hits you. It does not. Breezes right over your head, Jake. What do you do? She's pulling this thing and trying to get it away from her.
He takes the crowbar and tries to stab it in the face. I'll use my drive, fall in love again. So what do I get for a drive? 2 bonus? Is that it?
Yep.
2? Okay.
No.
Oh my god. I'll push it.
Push.
Yeah.
Yes. It gets you. She gets free. She stumbles a few times and falls down, and then another one comes out of the closet. It looks like as you take out the first one, but another one comes up.
Yeah, he just reaches back and rams the spiky end of the crowbar into the thing's like soft face, and then
Olivia's on her feet. She has her pistol pointed at you, but the thing's face is right next to you. I can't get a good shot, Jake.
He's gonna try to drop down and kind of spin away with mobility, I guess. I have so much stress. I have 4 stress.
All right. No, you get away, but it's going to come after Olivia, and now it is on her. She is going to fire. Misses. She suffers an attack of this thing. What's it look like, Jake? Let's see. It's a computer nerd with no lower jaw. And
well, how's it bite her
it
then?
takes its upper teeth and starts to try to dig it into her neck. Let's see what happens. Its dead weight pushes you as you kill it, so you hit the back of your head on the ground. Take 1 point of damage. It knocks her out, though. So she rolls over, and like takes its head and starts beating its head onto the ground. But in the process of doing this, cracks her own head and you see her go unresponsive, Jake. It looks to you like both of them in the darkness have stopped moving.
He would go over. Did he see her not get bitten?
You probably can't tell, but
Yeah,
she's broken.
he
and
hoists her
just
up
a
on his
separate
shoulder
thread.
and starts hustling out at this point since they're close to.
Oh no! She has a deep flesh wound. It's not from the walker. She rolled over onto a piece of a rebar, and it's protruding from her flank, Jake.
I mean, he doesn't know. He just tries to get her out of there. He doesn't know what to do otherwise. He knows if he leaves her here, she's
get up
dead.
on her own power.
He tries to pick her up and hoist her over his shoulder and
Give me
carry her
force.
out. Yeah. I'm sure it's going to be I mess up because...
Oh my God! Tell me what it looks like as you pick her up. The rebar goes out of her.
The glory
flesh.
of love, my friend.
These things are chasing you, by the way. So
Yep.
they're coming down the hallway.
He gets her up on his shoulder, and she's kind of just slumped over at the waist, and he just starts carrying her out as best he can outside, and he'll try to find a place to hide her or something as he gets ready to keep running.
Yeah. So you let's see here.
Told her to stay behind.
Yeah, so Olivia and Jake emerge from outside. You guys can see Jake struggling as he's carrying Olivia. She seems like just to be moaning and not moving much, and just dripping blood from her left flank. She drops the pistol onto the ground as it clatters. And right behind Jake is a bunch of walkers.
Ben's laying down there. I don't know who's with him or where everybody else is, but he's like, now what?
Let's keep going.
Now we go out there and grab her. Fucking Bork's the whole plan.
Yeah, Jake just yells out, assuming that they're listening, and it doesn't matter what the zombies hear. He's like, don't come out, I'll figure it out.
Coming up behind you here.
Yeah, I mean, he's trying to move faster than they are.
Give me a mobility at a -2 since you're carrying a body.
Okay. Let's see, -2.
And one of them's going to catch you if you fail.
Do I do just -2 on the add bonus die? Is that how it works?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Oh, man. Whoa.
The power of love.
And stress.
Fuck yeah.
What does it look like as you get away to safety?
Yeah, so he books it. He wasn't lying when said he did a bunch of athletic stuff. Like he's like one of those middle-aged dudes that does like disc golf and all this kind of like ridiculous sports, but he's actually in quite good shape, even though he's malnourished from drinking so bad. But he just takes off running with her down the road, and then he finds some woods and kind of ducks into this area, and he's able to maybe put her up on up on a tree, up on a branch to get her away from their reach, and once she's secure, he'll look for a way to get back there, but he'll hold on until they're far enough out.
So it's a small swarm, so like 5 to 10 of them, but they're pretty close to you, so the total level of this is 5. If you guys want to take them out, but you can role play whatever you want to do.
And go. Jesus. It's fast for someone with cancer.
Fucking worked.
It's amazing what he'll do if there's a possibility of getting laid.
Maybe his last chance in this world. Who knows?
It's always been my greatest motivation.
I guess we're going to sit here and wait for the horde to keep on moving then.
Are they plenty out of the way from any sentries to hear them or anything like that?
Yeah, well, if you're just doing a conversational voice, yes.
Yeah.
And if you want to keep just waiting, and they will move along.
Yeah.
They'll head towards the east, towards where all the commotion was and explosions overnight.
Yeah, I think that was the plan. So we'll stay hidden.
All right. Well, threat level goes back down to 1.
Then when we're sure it's safe, sneak back over in there and.
What are you doing with Olivia? Just gonna leave her somewhere?
I was gonna try to put her up in a tree, at least, or if I can find some place to stash her that she's not gonna get eaten.
Yeah. So she has this bad wound, but she can still talk and stuff. You're right, Jake. I shouldn't have gone.
Hey, it all worked out, right? You okay?
It came after me instead of you. I guess it worked out because otherwise, I don't think you could have fought that thing off like I did.
Yeah, you're real strong. But I think you should just stay here until we're done, and we'll come and get you after. Listen, if we don't come out, I suggest trying to find Paul McCall and the rest and hook up with them.
Is that what you suggest? Is that what you suggest, Jake?
Okay. Yeah.
Now, thanks for the wise words.
Okay, well, I'm gonna try to go back and link back up with them.
Jake, shut up. She grabs you, gives you a kiss.
Oh, his eyes are closed, in his head, like there's music going off. He's already thinking about their first dance that they're gonna have when they get married, when his divorce is finalized, and he just totally forgets the surrounding things that are happening. He's like, yeah, thanks. Yeah, well, I'm gonna get going now.
Does he lose a point of stress from that?
Yeah, right, exactly. She is my anchor. My NPC anchor.
I think
your
so.
divorce is finalized when you find your wife as a zombie.
Yeah, Jake, I think that action of grabbing her and yanking her off the rebar, despite your chemotherapy, earned you to get the all your stress gone.
Oh goodness, thank you. He feels like a new man.
Also makes you strong.
Yeah, that's true. It did.
I think you cured my cancer.
Yeah, you're the best chemo I ever had. Yeah. So
that throng of walkers won't walk to the east for long without turning back around because of the talking. So you guys head into the tunnel then.
Yep, once the coast is clear, Ben will kind of shuffle on over with the door open, kind of motion for everybody to come in, kind of peeks down with the light to make sure there aren't any stragglers.
No, you don't see anything.
I would assume I'm going to be delayed, so he's not there yet.
All right, give me a little role play as you guys make your way through. You see, it's almost as if there's more bodies down there, and somebody has gone in there and killed them for sport. So you see a bunch of decapitated zombies and stuff like that. But eventually, you do see some signs that point, this way to Bella Vista. And one of the signs says basement entrance.
The going's probably slow. Ben's taking his time, stepping carefully, shining a light on each one to make sure it's actually dead, stopping maybe and pausing to listen periodically for the moans of any stragglers, and looks to Danny and Jake and Bill, and kind of feels good about Jake's personal sacrifice of putting his life on the line to make it a little bit easier, and his mind kind of like strays to the two girls and the rest of the group, hoping that they're doing all right while they're doing this crazy rescue mission.
Danny is kind of shifting her weight from one foot to the other, obviously antsy and anxious. Can we go? Why are we waiting?
Giving Jake a little bit of time to get back here.
Yeah, after a few minutes, you hear, his feet on the ground as he kind of hustles back up. He's just drenched in sweat and out of breath. I'm back. Didn't get bit. Olivia didn't get bit. She did get. She got impaled on something. Not sure. It was just back there. One of the damn things jumped out of that closet after us. Anyway, she's fine. I'm fine. I think we're good to go. Yeah? You see anything in here? Did we get him out?
Yeah. Looks like
did
this
good.
Way.
Yeah, I think she actually likes me, Anyway.
Yeah, I think she does.
Yeah, I think so. Anyway, let's go get your kid.
Ben kind of casually, offhandedly mentions, not even looking, stress does make people do dumb things.
He doesn't catch it. He's like, yeah, can you believe I did that? I was really stressed out. Now I feel much better, actually.
Oh, is that the chemo making you cough? Are you okay?
No, it's me. I
Yeah.
altered my voice like this just a little bit.
Ben will open the door very quietly, slowly turn the doorknob and open, waiting to see what's on the other side of the basement door.
You guys hear, you hear conversational voices. What sounds like to be a woman and a man, and one kind of elderly voice. And as you slowly open the door, you are met with 3 individuals sitting back to back to back, all tied together, all talking, and all of their wrists are tied with zip ties, as are their feet. And let me bring you to the basement of Bella Vista. So Mama Cleveland is in there with 2 individuals that look like they have on old, dirty police uniforms. And they have been talking about you because they've heard the commotion from the basement. And they are kind of gathered into a corner as if they're trying to avoid or escape something. And Ben Cunningham, the male cop, just kind of looks at you guys and says, "Holy shit." Robin, his partner, kind of looks up. She has a black eye. Instinctively goes to her pistol, although it's not there. And Mama Cleveland, who's blind, kind of looks up. "Robin? Ben? What's going on?" Looks like we have company."
Does he recognize Mama's voice from the radio?
Yeah.
Yeah, Ben kind of holds up his finger to his mouth to shush him, and he kind of goes over and he goes, "We haven't met face to face, but we've talked a few times on the CB there, Mama."
Is that Mr. Morton?
It is. It's me, Ben.
My lands, move to heaven and earth. So you're here to save us. You hear that, Ben? Robin child? He's here to save us. Where are my boys?
Danny moves forward to start cutting their bonds.
Have you seen
Says saving you is still... I don't know if that seems a strong way to put it, but we're gonna untie you anyway.
Just tell me news about Claude and Grover. They're good boys.
Last I saw them, they're heading towards the hospital with an officer about a week ago.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Oh, I thought they could have been dead. Ben kind of looks up at his counterpart, Ben. They obviously gets it. How about a hand here?
Yeah, how'd you guys get here? It kind of helps him get out of his, him and Danny help him get out of his restraints.
I've been here nearly the whole time. Well, what, 3 days ago, 4 days ago, a week? When did we last talk? He kind of looks up at Ben. Oh, yeah, 3 days ago. Cunningham, the doctor says, you guys probably have a knife or something you can cut the twist ties, the zip ties with.
Twist ties.
Yeah.
Can't get out of these twist ties.
From the bread.
Yeah, the bread. They didn't have any zip ties or ropes, so we just twist ties. That's
Yeah.
right. I just get it.
We were heading south when all this went down. Got down here to Branson, helping survivors. Heard Mama Cleveland's distress call, but unfortunately, that asshole Butcher and his boys outnumbered us. Took all of our cruisers too. Got a couple SUVs outside unless they got rid of them somehow. Maybe that's our way out here. Let's go. Let's go, all of us. Let's get out of here.
Wait. She looks over at Bill.
Did you see a little boy? Like 10-year-old boy? He's like helping Robin cut her out.
Robin kind of looks up at you and, no, I haven't seen anybody. But Mama goes, but I might be blind as a bat, but I can hear. You don't run no recording studio down here and not have ears like an elephant. Or is that at any rate, I did hear the screaming of a little boy a few days ago. Robin, I know you love little ones. I didn't want to upset you, because I know what might be happening to that boy.
Yeah, you see, we can't leave. We got to get that kid and kill all these guys anyway. That's the only way it's gonna
honey,
stop.
I don't know if that boy is still alive.
We have to try. Plus, we need to stop these war pigs before they do more damage. We already killed at least, hell, I'd say about 10 of them last night. They raided our hotel.
Cunningham helps Mama Cleveland up from the ground, and Robin as well. All right. We'll help with whatever way we can. Got an extra one of those? Kind of looks at whoever's has a weapon.
Jake will hand over his... Probably he would hand over the shotgun, honestly.
Yeah, Ben Cunningham takes the shotgun and checks it. Let's go. Robin, you take Mama Cleveland. Get somewhere safe.
Robin, the tunnels were cleared out by us if you want to go out that way. It's safe all the way to the exit. There's a service, or there's a utility shed by the tennis courts. It's about, it gives like 100 yards, 200 yards to the west. You go there, you might be able to get out there. Be all right.
Hey, also, there's a friend of ours. She got hurt. She's not bit or anything. She's a little grouchy, but if you could maybe help pick her up, and I'm sure she'll help you if you can watch her back while she's hurt. Her name's Olivia. Just tell her Jake, her boyfriend inside, said told you that where she was.
Boyfriend.
She just says, yeah, sure, your girlfriend, got it.
Yeah,
Olivia.
right, Olivia.
I'm so glad you did that role play because she was going to say, yeah, we got out alive. At the end, there was somebody that looked like they'd been recently bitten, but don't worry, we put her out of her misery.
Nice.
Where did you hear those screams? Boy, Mama. Up there? He'll point up.
Upstairs. All the way up there. 3rd floor. This is a mighty fine place. A mansion, they call it. Destination for the stars. I saw one of them. Looked like... You ever heard of Brie Larson? Oh, she's blind. I guess she couldn't see.
She felt the face. She felt the face, and oh, you're Brie Larson.
Yeah. She felt something.
There's some mighty fine pillows you got there.
But yeah, Robin will leave Mama into the tunnel, and they'll go. And Ben,
Got another gun.
yeah,
Ben goes
Let's
to
roll.
Cunningham. He's like, about how many do you think are in there?
I don't know. Not too many. Not as many as there were. I'd say about a dozen of them left this morning. Not nearly as many that came back. Maybe they ran into some trouble somewhere.
Bill switches over to the assault rifle.
If we can get the drop on him, we can even the odds real quick.
Yeah. Follow me. So somebody give me a role play while I change the scene of what looks like as you guys kind of going up the stairway.
Bill, he's got the assault rifle on the strap, I think, in one hand, in his trigger hand, or right hand, and then the shovel is in the other hand, as he's look of determination on his face now, especially now that the old lady has said that she heard screams of a little boy, and of course in his imagination they're probably doing horrible things to him, knowing these psychopaths. So he's ready to fucking kill a lot of people.
Jim, because you're so impassioned, to use a paladin term, to see your little boy again, you're first one up the steps, and as you kind of peek up, you see a big man. You can smell his body odor from this distance, kind of drinking what looks to be a shot glass full of the whiskey over here behind what used to be some sort of wet bar. He pours the last bit of whiskey into the glass and takes the empty bottle and just throws it over his right shoulder, and it clashes and shatters to the ground shrilly. He takes a shot of whiskey. Following his line, his gauge, you see another one kind of patrolling this area up here, which looks to be the upstairs level. What are y'all going to do?
Bill looks over at Ben and nods, and I think he's gonna raise the assault rifle, but he's gonna wait for Ben too, so they don't lose that cooperative surprise, I guess.
Ben looks over at Baker, and he looks at which one he's aiming at, and then he's going to aim at the other one.
Danny's kind of coming up behind them, and she's just prepared to shoot whatever person she sees first.
Yeah,
Baker's attacking that one. And Ben, you're shooting at that one. Is that right?
Sounds good.
Yep.
Jake's kind of like Danny, except he's kind of slowing his roll, just making sure that there's nothing else going on that he has to react to.
Alright, what's it look like as you guys count down and squeeze off your shots?
Ben slows his breathing, readjusts his grip on the gun and puts the finger up there as the selector switch has already been set to fire, and he slows his breaths and then pauses at a natural moment and squeezes off a shot, aiming right at the high center mass. You want me to go ahead and shoot then?
Oh yeah. And then Bill can do his role play too. Alright.
Nice.
Bill, why don't you do your role play, then we'll kind of role play the outcome.
Yeah, Bill is like shaking. And he's so angry too, and wired, but he takes the assault rifle and he clicks the safety off. He sets the shovel up against the wall so that he can put both hands on the assault rifle. And shaking, wired, angry, he raises the gun at the same time Ben does, and kind of just watches him in the side of view, his peripheral vision, waiting for his signal too. And as he squeezes the trigger, so does Bill.
Make your roll, but I want you to do yours at a -2 penalty.
-2.
Because those pills are really kicking in.
Is that on the add bonus area?
Yeah, just put a
fucking
-2 in there.
You kill him. So was it role play what it looks like with you guys? And Bill, I want you to get a little bit of insight that you are almost falling asleep, but you somehow made this shot. That you have a big issue here.
Right, yeah.
So you kill them both.
Yeah, Bill, as he's like shaking, his heart's pumping. He's wired, Max, taking too many pain meds, snorting them. It's like running through him like nitrous through his blood, and even to the point of nodding off a little bit. And then in between those two nods, the little anger of flashing and her saying that, that they heard his kid screaming. The anger keeps him focused enough to rip the assault rifle a couple of rounds into the guy's chest, into the stomach.
You hear things go quiet, and you hear a child scream out, "Help! Help!" You hear a thwack as somebody smacks him. "Shut the fuck up, you little shit." And you see somebody come to this balcony here with a child. And to this child's head is held a pistol. This is, you know who this is. This is none other than Mr. El Buchero, the butcher. And with him is Erik.
The AI-generated child.
That's not actually.
No?
That was, well, I mean, it was a Google search, but somebody else might have done it anyway. But... I know how this ends. It's only end one way. With me dead. He gets ready to start to pull the trigger. He's fucking crazy. What are you guys gonna do?
Danny looks at the others and says, just do what you need to do. And then she walks up there with her hands raised and she says, look, you don't want that kid. What's that kid worth to you? It's just a little boy. How about you and me? We take off, head for the sunset, see how long we can last in this world of brain-eating walkers.
Is he paying attention to her?
See if even he was getting ready to shoot him because he don't want to hear that bitch talk.
Because, I mean, I was going to shoot anyway as she
I
was
know
talking.
exactly though, but manipulation, yes, give me manipulation to see.
Oh my gosh!
Nice.
That's a good roll.
Brief flicker of the eyes towards Danny.
Yeah, it seems that she's distracting him, so Ben's going to shoot right for below the nose. Because it'll kill all his nerves. Question. Yeah, I'm going to use my drive on this shot, because he knows it's a hard shot to hit from this angle, but he believes he can hit it.
Do not do a mess up.
Oh boy. Why would you say that out loud?
How much stress do you have?
Just one.
Nice.
What does it look like? Did you kill him?
Yeah, he kind of, once again, just the rest of the world kind of fades to black, like the background, it's not even there, and all he has is tunnel vision on the head of the butcher, and you know, several different images flash before him, like of things that have happened to him overseas and in his past, and it just gives him even more, you know, of a drive to kill this piece of shit, and the bullet rings true, and it just gets him right in the face, and his head, you know, snaps back and kind of collapses backwards.
Fucking Bill clicks the safety on, and actually he just drops the damn assault rifle and runs over to Erik and grabs him, picks him up, happy as can be, squeezing him.
Danny had been walking toward the butcher, and as the assault rifle goes off, the blood from the butcher's body just sprays her like a can of spray paint. She closes her eyes as the blood hits her face and body, and she smiles as she feels it hit her, knowing what's happening. And she raises a hand to wipe her face, and she feels Bill pass her. Just the, you know, that little breeze of his passing toward Erik. And she opens her eyes as he reaches Erik, kind of slides down on his knees, puts his arm around him.
Ben Cunningham takes a few steps forward and surveys the room. It's just a catastrophe, not just from a post-apocalyptic situation. These are animals that have been living here. He looks outside, and Ben and Bill and all the others, if you look outside too, you can see this kind of motor fleet that the war pigs have amassed. And Cunningham and Robin's SUV police cruisers are out there. They've been modified with like these cow killers on the front of them. And they say St. Louis Police Department on them. And then there's like 3 or 4 other police cruisers there as well from Branson. Ben kind of looks to Erik and Bill and the others. And he does say, "We gotta get moving. We just caused a racket. This is most, but not all of them. But we have time to leave. And we have a way out." He kind of tilts his head towards the motorcade.
Olivia looks to the others. It's just us. If it's just us, we've got a chance. No more dead weight.
Well, I mean, we got to get Olivia. But I mean, there's some people. I mean, what about Ben and those girls? He's quite fond of them, I think, right?
What are you trying to say, Danny?
I'm saying she feels guilty for a moment. You know, that doctor's oath, do no harm. Everything she's been raised to believe, but suddenly in a moment she shrugs it off. She licks her lips, tasting the blood of the butcher. Kind of spits on the ground as she does. We can't save everybody. And she looks at Bill and his little boy. We can only do what we can do. Let's go.
And do what? Like, I don't know what you even mean. Go where? Do what? What are we gonna do? What, 5 of us? Like, we're gonna take the boy too? I mean,
Yes! We go! We go west. The farther west we go, the more spread out everything is. The better our chances are.
he kind of scratches his face and doesn't respond.
She looks over at Ben pleadingly.
Kind of sits and thinks for a moment. He goes, if you want to leave, I mean, I'll go, but I'm not leaving without Liz and Kat. The rest, you know, I'm glad we were able to save them, but they don't have any meaning to me. But I can't let them sit with them. They
And
need
what
to
about
come.
those 2 girls? Their dad's there, right? Still?
No, he died
Oh,
in episode 1. His
there's
whole family. Yeah, their whole
okay,
family was
okay.
killed.
I thought there was somebody who had. Anyway, never mind. Go ahead.
Yeah, I saw their dad die. I know their family was wiped out. I know. They told me as much. I ran over 2 of those things and their dad trying to save them that first night when everything went to shit. I can't leave them behind. I'll go with you. But
So Ben, well, you're gonna go there and you're gonna be just like, "Oh, sorry, I'm just taking these kids, and you guys can all get fucked." That's what you're gonna tell them?
I'm going to tell them they have resources to take here. They got those preppers they got down south of here.
What do you think those people are gonna do? They're not gonna want to do that. They're gonna want to follow you, you and Danny. You're the ones been leading us this whole time. They aren't gonna want to just. Who's gonna lead them? Paul?
Yeah.
Danny looks around as everybody's talking and just that weight that she felt lift as they headed out this way kind of returns to her shoulders, and she leans back against the wall and sinks down, covers her eyes, starts to quietly sob. So much. So much.
Ben kind of goes over and maybe sits down next to her and maybe tries to take her hand. He goes, "What you've done this last week is nothing short of amazing. I know it's a lot for all of us, but we can all get through this together."
She looks up at him, smiles grimly. It's not true. The more of us there is, the more of us we're gonna see die. Small groups, those are what's gonna survive. And she swallows. That's alright. That's alright. That's the way it is. We'll go back. Go back to the group. We'll lead them where we can. We'll do the best we can. Most everybody will die. Some of us will live. I guess that's what matters.
Bill comes over holding his boy in his arms and looks over and says, I wouldn't have been able to done this by myself. It was you guys that got me here. You guys got me here and helped me save my boy. Strength in numbers.
I mean, look, we all die. That's nothing's gonna change. It's just how and why. If I'm gonna die, then, I'm gonna try to live before I do. And I don't think a person, a man, a woman, can do that by isolating themselves from civilization. We've got to help these people, I think. Do what we can. You guys are doing a good job. I'll follow you.
Alright. Alright. We'll stick together. She looks down at Erik. Your daddy really loves you. You remember that.
He looks up to Danae and then just grabs his daddy's leg even harder as tears well up in his big eyes. Anything else? If not, the survivors walk out of Bella Vista Estates now around 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock in the morning, and the swarm has kind of moved on in the path of this this arrow here, and you guys are able to kind of get up and get into the police cruisers and SUVs and load in there and drive around this whole area, Compton Ridge, up through this area, like back to where you think the preppers would be, or to meet up with your crew. And just that entire way you see bombed out buildings, burned down buildings. You see bodies strewn across the pavement of the roads. More than once you see a small horde of 5 to 10 zombies knelt over in the morning as birds chirp overhead, digging their flesh-hungry teeth into whatever poor victim lays underneath them. And you see in the distance as you kind of approach the prepper camp, smoke rising. And overhead it's a cloudy day. And the world moves on. And I think that will be it for this game.
Good ending. I did not think it was going to be a good ending.
Well, they're all probably going to die in the next 3 seasons, but
Yeah.
Danny going a little evil there at the end. I was like going to apologize, like, I don't mean to keep spraying you with blood. And then you're like, "Nom, nom, 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 nom."
in season 3, that's when people lose it.
Right?
It takes all of season 4 to come back to our senses.
Yeah.
It's true, though. It'd be so hard to